myself for 5 minutes. As I mentioned in my opening statement, next-gen 911 technology is a top priority for me. I'm very proud of my home state of North Carolina and the way we've deployed NG 911 statewide. Captain Varnado, I understand you said you were overseeing the transition at your parish to NG 911 technology, and you've talked in your testimony about why it's so important. I want to give you a little more time to talk about why it's so important that all call centers across the country upgrade to this technology, and maybe how are call centers that are running on this legacy technology at a disadvantage?
Thank you so much, Chairman Hudson. The issue that we're having in the industry is that we're building a system of haves and have-nots, and we can't do that because 911 needs to be for every single person, local, tribal, state, and federal.
So talk a little bit more about sort of how the experience works with the new technology versus the legacy technology, and why that's such a disadvantage for folks that aren't upgraded.
There are several disadvantages there. Number one, we can't share data in an interoperable manner. 911 calls now are rich with data, including voice, video, text, all of that. In the legacy system, there's no opportunity for that. Location data is very, very limited in the legacy systems, where in the next-gen 911 system, we can utilize many different sources of location to compare and accurately find those individuals.
That's great. And so obviously, when someone is in trouble, the ability to locate them with real-time location data, the ability for them to share video technology, that sort of thing, it speeds up the time for emergency responders to get to them, enables them to find that person faster.
That location is key. That's the very first piece of information we need. And by getting that location, we can serve that person, that caller better, whatever the situation is. It may be someone lost in the woods. It may be somebody having a heart attack or, God forbid, an active shooter. We can find the location. That is key in these instances. All of the data is great, but that location data is key, and in next generation 911, we can leverage that so much different.
Absolutely. So after so many states and localities have deployed this technology, what factors need to be considered when determining the amount of funds appropriate for this program? A lot of folks, like in my state, have already upgraded. Your parish is in the process of upgrading. The last cost estimates we had are pretty outdated. I mean, what do you think the appropriate amount of funds is for this program? Do you have an updated number in mind?
I don't have an updated number, to be honest with you. I think that we're still looking at that number we've been talking about, of $15 billion, but we need to, and forgive me, I speak pretty plain, okay? We don't need to kick the can down the road anymore. We need to start this process. We need to get this going in a much more organized manner, because what we're doing is we are leaving the smaller, more rural, less funded centers behind. And those people are the ones that need to be brought into this. Larger jurisdictions, well-funded jurisdictions, they have some of the resources to begin this, but in many cases, it's the smaller ones that don't have those resources. They don't have the personnel and the ability to have the technical expertise that's needed in this. We need to start moving on this.
I agree with you. But the challenge for us as policymakers is we have finite resources, and we want to make sure we're deploying them efficiently. And if APCO can help us in this, we're trying to figure out what is the cost so that we can meet that need. It may be less than 15 because a lot of other folks have upgraded. It might be more than 15 because the technology is more expensive than it was a few years ago. So as much as APCO can help us drill down and figure out what exactly that need is, the better we can define it, I think the more successful we'll be in garnering those resources.
We will be glad to work with you on that.
Appreciate that.
Chairman, thank you.
I am about out of time, so if I run over, then I can't call down my colleagues if they run over. So with that, I will recognize the ranking member on the committee, the gentlelady from California, Ms. Matsui for 5 minutes for her questions.